We find cost of goods sold in income statement. Oh, this is Microsoft. Sometimes that's known as cost of revenue. Divide that by inventories. That's 362. That means Microsoft turns its inventory over 3.62 times, but this is a quarter in one quarter. And days sales, since this is a quarter, I'm going to do it 91 over 362. Okay. If income statement is quarterly, and should use 91 instead of 365. Just a little trivia for you. Do you guys know the origin of the word instead? It's in Norwegian. It's i stedet. Instead of. Instead of. Remember, Norse people came to Britain in late 8th century and stayed there quite a bit. A lot of the modern English language is based on Nordic languages. That's why it's a lot easier for Scandinavians to learn English. It's a heavily smudged photocopy of English language. It's even easier. They don't say I am, you are, he is. It's I are, you are, he are. They are. They just spell it ER. The Swedish spell it A umlaut R. The Danish spell it ER. I study those in Duolingo. I have this thing for languages that are not spoken by many people. I can reliably speak a little bit Welsh, for example. That's a completely different language. It's a Celtic language, a lot closer to French than it is to English, even though they lived with English for more than 1,000 years. So let's look at the meaning of these. This means Microsoft turns its inventory about 3.5 times every 3 months, or on average, it takes them 25 days to turn their inventory over. That number typically doesn't change that abruptly. It's kind of part of your business practice. But all businesses strive to decrease days sales and inventory, or you want to increase inventory turnover. Why? Inventory doesn't earn you anything. It stays on the shelves and doesn't bring you any return. So let's calculate the same numbers for Google. Let's get cost of revenues divided by inventory. So in Google's case, the inventory was about 9 about 4 days worth in 21. It's now about 9 days. But then again, what's inventory for Google? They don't have that many products that would serve as inventory. They don't sell package software that much. This fact doesn't mean much for Google. A similar measure is called receivables turnover. It's sales or revenue divided by accounts receivables, and similarly days sales and receivables. This is also known as average collection period, or ACP, 365 or 91 divided by receivables turnover. Same idea, since receivables are booked based on the revenue, we use the sales, and the asset itself is the receivables. So let's receivables turnover and ACP. Where are you? Revenues divided by accounts receivable. So it takes Google about 45 to 50 days to collect their receivables. Remember, a lot of their receivables are ad revenues, so it takes a while for firms to pay up. Let's see the similar numbers for Microsoft. Revenue, $50 billion. And where are you? For Microsoft, it's varies, but it's between 2 months and 3 months. Again, if you're receivables manager, you want to make this as small as possible, because by their very definition, on accounts receivable, you don't charge any interest. But sometimes if you allow your clients to pay, or if you extend trade credit to the firms, you don't give them a discount. If they pay you cash, you give them a discount. Even though it's not an asset measure, payables turnover is also interesting. This is cost of goods sold divided by accounts payable. These are trade credit that was extended to you. And similarly, days sales in payables. Same idea. 365 divided by whatever turnover measure you're using. So for Google, payables turnover, cost of goods sold, I know where it was, B6. I'm gonna copy this. accounts payable.